Good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy holiday, family time, all of that good business. Oh, Big Mike, you in a singing mood?
Yes, I am.
So, what does that mean for you and your day and your holiday?
What holiday?
It was a family holiday yesterday. I'm
Mhm.
not going to call it that other name of the
Mm-mm.
murderer's
Oh,
holiday. It
okay.
was
It was
a
we just had
family
a
holiday.
family dinner yesterday. I don't know about holiday.
Mm.
So the family dinner is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
Oh, okay.
murdering
Well,
of the
oh,
girl.
I don't know. Is that the new way to say family dinner holiday? So we having holiday?
Well, I don't know if that's new to say family holiday. However, usually people preface it with the colonizer's name for the day.
Right.
I didn't
Mm.
see that, and you already coming down my neck.
I
So
I did.
how was your family dinner, Daryl?
It
We
was
know what
it was
beverage
well.
you
Green tea.
had. Oh gosh, Doc, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Family day was very nice.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad
Yeah.
that your family day was very nice. You had to
Mhm.
go through all this interrogation with Mr. Green Tea over here.
Mhm.
Some people, I tell you.
So Darrell,
Yeah.
you came into the green room singing and mentioning about dehydration. And since we're talking about yes, you did.
No,
And since
no. I was responding to someone said they were dehydrated. And I was like,
well,
yes,
because you're
hydrate yourself.
since you're in the fitness world and people have done a lot of things that make cause themselves to be dehydrated, what is the suggestions that you have that can help them get back to the hydrated body type?
Drink, drink water.
Other than water, what else can they
Most
do?
most people are dehydrated. To be honest, most don't drink enough anything. I
Mm,
struggle with hydration myself. So you got to be conscious of really, to be honest, really to drink water. To really, I mean, everything else is cool, but I mean, water is really it's the go-to to really get yourself hydrated.
right, right,
You
right.
know, there's no magical cure. It's really easy. Drink water, and you should try to drink at least a gallon a day. Right? Drink a gallon. It's a gallon in you.
I'm gonna shake my
Let's
head.
go.
Is that
Let's
ever
go.
too much for anyone, or is that like the standard, no matter what size, shape?
And this is throughout the day. I'm not talking about like in one setting, drink a gallon,
Okay.
but throughout your day, you want to try to consume. And a gallon is a good, if you have a jug and you see it going down, 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 you want to drink about a gallon a day. And that helps you actually control hunger because a lot of times you're eating, we're actually thirsty, right? We're
Mhm.
dehydrated
I've heard
and we
that.
go and eat. We go eat.
Mhm.
But if you drink, that sometimes will settle that stomach down and you won't have to eat as much. So it's also
Mhm.
almost like an appetite suppressant, quite kind of
Mhm.
sort of.
Mhm.
So I know some people say they can tell they're dehydrated because of their skin.
Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and like that's usually like your protection to the world, but like your
Hmm.
skin usually gives away. Um,
Mhm.
Yeah, if you look like a
is the water?
lizard looking person, yeah, probably not drinking enough water, I would say.
Did you see the picture circulating on the internet
Of
with
what?
of the I'm sorry, the picture of some basketball player's legs between his
Uh,
sock and
between
his
the socks, yeah,
Okay,
dehydration.
so what happened? It was
De-
dehydration.
yeah.
dehydration.
Somebody said he hasn't had anything to drink in a real long time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, his legs were chapped.
Yes.
His legs were chapped.
Like seriously chapped.
Wow. And wouldn't he be able to feel that as an athlete? Like, you going to do those different moves and so forth. If you are dehydrated, wouldn't that like be painful after a while?
Absolutely. Cramping is a thing that happens, a lot. Your muscles, and, you can tear or something, something like that. Um, because hydrating your muscles is very important. Well, I mean, I think like 80% water, something like that. I forget the exact, but we're water. We're water based. Water is lubricating everything in our bodies as well. So without it, we're really doing a lot more damage. And then even your kidneys, if they're not filtering correctly, you're not drinking enough water. You're not, you're keeping a lot of these poisons basically inside of you. You're not getting them out. So you can actually, start having kidney issues over time by not drinking and things of that nature. And also balances your like high blood pressure and things of that nature. You want to definitely drink. It can help your high blood pressure. You want to keep your, keep everything balanced. You want to be in balance.
We want to be in balance. Y'all heard it here first from Darrell.
Balance.
No doubt. Oh, balance. Okay.
Don't want drink.
Oh gosh, it's like as
You would think though, as a professional sports player, that you would have that knowledge, or
Why?
someone tell you like, wait, your skin,
Why?
like,
Why?
because you have
because you're training.
One at a time, please. One at a time, please.
Because you're
we
training
can sing together.
a lot, right? You're training.
So again, no, it's not. It's not something that's common. People sometimes are not used to drinking. They're used to hydrating yourself. Remember, it was crazy because when growing up, I know we were taught like when you're in practice and you want some water, you don't need no water right now. Do another, 100. You're almost taught not to drink water. It becomes a thing like you just play through it, pay through the plane. You don't need water. It's not big. So sometimes, that comes conditioning that you got.
That's so
have to
funny.
break.
That's funny. I'm thinking back now to when I was running track. I don't even remember drinking
Right?
water.
It's not.
That's
You
so
don't
crazy.
you don't really get that many water breaks. It's do another one.
Right.
Do another
And they
one.
would say that you would get a cramp, and that's the reason why you weren't supposed to drink the water like in between the rotations.
And if you're drinking too much, but if you watch boxing, they drink water in between rounds, right? You just don't drink a lot. So if that was the case, then they wouldn't do it during boxing. But I mean, it's about, you can't gulping the water down, because you definitely will, it'll sit, and you might get a cramp that way. But you definitely might get a cramp by not drinking water. So it's that you got to find that sweet spot.
Right. So basically your skin becomes scaly when you don't have when it becomes dehydrated, but it's the only thing to fix that is not lotion, it's actually drinking the water. Drinking lemon in the water, or just or water.
I mean, lemon would be something you do to kind of help you get it down. Like for me, I hate water. So I'm gonna need something to kind of. I mean, the best thing would be water, but however you get it. If you have to put a little cucumber in there or a straw, something, get it. But because you're better off than without it.
Right, we got your serious face on.
This is
like
serious.
we had just 6:30. We had just 6:30 workout. You got the serious face.
The business hat is on.
I'm not coming. I'm scared.
Hilarious. Come on out. It's okay. We'll take it easy. We promise.
No, you won't. I just saw you trying to jump into the ceiling. I was like, yeah, no. And then like he challenging people, and he about to go through his roof of his house.
Right.
You ain't care about that.
Hey, you gotta do. I was trying to get upstairs the fastest way possible.
Those 3 jumps, you was about to be upstairs and outside.
Yeah, who takes the elevator? Who takes the steps anymore?
Funny.
Right. I was like, what? Okay.
Mm.
So Doc, what you sipping on this evening?
I'm sipping on water, trying to rehydrate. I did indulge last night, and now I'm trying to rehydrate.
Okay. Okay.
I can
Mm,
always tell when I'm, well, not always, but a lot of times I can tell when I'm dehydrated. Like
mhm.
the dry throat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I got iced tea right now, but I'm trying to hydrate myself as well. Like I'm not really feeling well, but want to be present as much as I can. So I got iced tea right now. That's probably not helping because there's still sugar in here.
Hmm.
But I've been drinking coconut water.
Okay. I like coconut water.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be really hydrating.
Suppose I'm okay with it until those things floating around in it. Um,
Mm.
like I don't know that there's something about the texture of it. It's like I know they're in there, but
Hmm.
as long as they don't touch my my
Yeah,
little
I
So
don't want the
you,
kind with stuff in
you
it.
have a
I
uh,
don't like that.
so you guys have a problem with the stuff in the water, the texture?
I do. I already know you're
Okay.
gonna take it somewhere, and I'm okay with that. Yes, I do.
Okay. mm. Doc
Where
didn't
you
say
want to go with
anything.
that, Daryl? What's that? What's that? What's the
I was asking Doc. I was wondering if Doc had a problem with the little stuff in the water that's floating around.
I don't like anything with little stuff in it.
So such a so disappointing. So so disappointing.
with little stuff?
Let's
Only big
get on with
stuff.
the show. Let's get on with the show.
So, getting on with the show would be: are there any current events that we care to talk about?
Hmm.
Only thing we got what the two trials
Oh
were kind of
yeah.
current. One was they acquitted the young future of America. They let him go. We can't get rid of him. He's a future. He's our future. 8 year
The
old,
Mm-hmm.
one that
18
was
year old.
carrying the guns around, getting a cup of
Right,
water. That one.
right.
Oh,
Him
Mm-hmm.
he
defending
was
himself.
dehydrated too.
We cannot let him go down. That's the future.
Mm.
As a young man, we can't lose him. He's a soldier, young. And the other three, they're the old hillbillies, and we're going to let them go. So we can sacrifice them.
Mm.
When
Mm-mm-mm.
you say the word sacrifice, and it just takes me somewhere else because we're sacrificed so often, way more than three people before we get any kind of recognition.
Mm.
But that's saying that three people doesn't really. It's a drop in the bucket,
Mm.
right? So then we can say, well, look, we these three guys, they were all found guilty. They're moving. Things are different. Go ahead, you got to be okay. We know that's really a drop in the bucket.
Mhm. Right. And it's only because of them there being a recording in the times that
No, that doesn't
no.
matter. It's so many times of recording that we nothing happens. It's more about optics. I think it's more about they. First of all, if both of them would have got off, I think we would have had some type of unrest, especially with all the people there. Um, so it's more about let's keep them calm. But these three we're not really worried about as much. We can let them go to jail. We don't really care, and then we can say we're doing something. The
Mm.
justice system works. It works. It works. Look, these three went to jail. So now you have something to hang your hat on when you speak.
Mm.
Look what we did. Those three went to jail. It worked. But yet and still, the young men who, to the, we'll say their movement is very important. Was young, 18 years, 19 years old, who carried a gun across state lines, wasn't even supposed to have it, was illegal. Um, but killed two people, shot a third. He got off.
They got to keep water.
Mm. Now he's getting offered he's getting offered jobs, and he's in the Senate. Government people are offering him jobs. probably GoFundMe. He's gonna be good. They'll make sure they take care of him.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
That part.
Yeah.
Any other current events?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything.
And I'm not saying that to brush that under the rug. I just think that we
Yeah,
could probably have so
talk
much to
about that
say about
forever.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, did you see the story of the woman who got a white friend to stand in for her when she got her home appraisal?
Yes.
Yes. So
The
first of
girl
all,
didn't see it.
she was lowballed. She kind of knew it that she was being lowballed,
Mhm.
and she tried this experiment and had a white friend stand in for her when she got her appraisal on her house. I think they said almost doubled
Like three
the
times.
appraisal value.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
And I'm so that thing baffles me because it's the same exact house.
Hmm.
And if someone is at the capacity that they get their house prepared for the market, why does the ethnic background of the person who lived there matter in the value of the house?
Hmm. Good question.
Like I just
Hmm.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. He's smirking over there.
We can't
Can
hear
you
you.
hear?
You know why they want to know? They want to know who moved in that neighborhood.
Hmm.
Right, but you could find out who moved in the neighborhood if you really doing your due diligence before you select and buy a home. But like, is it really that deep in doing that due diligence and research on who the previous residents are when you're about to put your own signature on it? So why does it matter that there was a black painting or ethnic art piece that could have spent a whole bunch of money on? Why does that even matter?
I don't know. I wasn't invited to that meeting.
You said what?
He wasn't
I
invited to
wasn't
that
invited to
meeting.
that meeting.
But
Mm. I don't know why. I mean, but it's like that all over. It's just like when Caucasian people start moving into a black neighborhood and gentrifies it,
hmm
and the taxes and the prices of the homes go up.
hmm
And a lot of oftentimes it's to the point where the people that live there that been there 20, 30 years can't even afford to stay there anymore. Seen it
right.
happen in my own family,
hmm hmm
you know?
Well, who wants to live next to black people?
Right?
Who doesn't? They're the most creative, beautiful
Obviously,
individuals.
they don't. Obviously, they don't, because gentrification means you're leaving,
Mm.
and we don't want you here. They don't make a place for you to stay. They don't make it gentrified for the people who are there. That's for people coming in, and they usually don't look like the people who are the actual inhabitants of that neighborhood.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so this makes me think about there's several community pages for where I live at in the northwest section of Philadelphia. You know, Philadelphia is a city of neighborhoods.
Mhm.
And when I say the area, there's going to be a perception that comes with it. However, even each area has different groups of people, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So there was this artist who posted a picture of a map, and it had like Mount Airy, Lafayette Hill, Chestnut Hill, East Falls, Roxborough, and it had like another area. And then it has like all the different like historical stuff like in
Mhm.
between, like that's in this section of the city. So people who are melanated or non-melanated in this community group said that it was racial for them not to put the one community that kind of linked all of these together, and that would be Germantown,
Mm.
because Germantown is very mixed,
Mhm.
very socioeconomic, highly affluently mixed. But when you hear Germantown, there's certain thoughts that come to your mind that don't necessarily match, what that is. And so the discussion in the thread was so interesting, just as interesting as it is when people talk about giving away cats and so forth. That I have to grab my teeth for because that's about to be interesting. But
I'm sorry, giving away what?
When people are hop on there and want like a cat, or they want to find out where can you get like a free cat, and you can't do that on that page because they got the animal rights and everything. So some people saw it as being racial. It's deep, but some people saw it being racial by omitting the town name or section name Germantown, and other people just said that this was this person's interpretation of art. So it just went back and forth around the whole entire thing that I guess caused the artist to go back in and readjust some of the words and add the word Germantown, and then it kind of just like calmed down. But it was an innocent thing because the person is not a native to the area. They had just did some of the like the high talked about areas, and they didn't even think about the linkage of and the history around the town Germantown and everything else surrounding it. And I was just like, wow, it's always something interesting on that page.
Wow.
Yeah. But it reminds me of us talking about these houses and the woman having a white friend stand in and having much more success. I wonder, in all these different neighborhoods, it happens over here too, I'm sure. So Daryl's probably like, there's no more current events.
No, that's it. There's not any more current events.
So tonight's conversation is talking about the relationship between food and sex.
Do tell.
You said do tell?
Yeah.
Like you want what's your favorite thing on the plate yesterday for your family dinner?
I had I'll say the wind chops.
The who?
Wind chops.
What the heck is a wind chop?
What is a wind chop?
And air pies.
What is an air pie and what is a wind chop?
Oh, I'm sorry. So that means nothing. Wind chop, wind chop, nothing. Air pies, you know my diet. But I had some butternut squash that I thought was candy yams. It was delicious. Yes, it was absolutely really good. It was awesome. I was like, these yams are good. Like, what yams? There's no yams on your plate. These yams right here are bussin'. They're like, that's not yams. It's butternut squash. Who knew?
So was the butternut squash for you?
Excuse me?
It was the butternut squash for you?
It was for me.
What else was on the menu that didn't match your eating palate?
Butternut squash was it? That was bussin'.
But I'm saying, but what else on there did you just bypass for butternut squash?
No, I was eating everything because it was macaroni and cheese and butternut squash. It was like yams. I like that. I mixed together, and I'm like, these yams are, they are good. And I come to find out yams. Who knew?
Did you have to cook to bring anything to that meal?
Did I have to cook anything? No, I did not.
You just had to show up.
That's it.
You said, like, is that
so I believe in 50-50, right? I believe, hey, if you cook it, I eat it. I do my part, you do your part. Like, I'm about 50-50. We all have roles.
Can you cook there?
Right.
I can.
Okay.
If I don't have to, though, why would I? But I think I'm fried turkey probably tomorrow. I'm fried the turkey.
A whole
So,
turkey?
yes. No, just a wing.
Okay.
Take
The
wing
wing might
off.
be good.
Fried
I'm
turkey
just
wings are
gonna take.
good.
The whole turkey's gonna be fried.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
Doc, what was yours?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we're
What
not
was
talking about
my
a drink.
favorite? No, shut up. Let's see now. The turkey. The turkey. The turkey was my favorite this time.
Okay. Was
Mhm.
it done any specific way?
No, it was just so juicy and flavorful.
My
Just
mouth's watering.
it was delicious.
Mmm. How delicious was it?
I don't know. She said she was dehydrated from other activities. She might have
So
That
got
turkey
delicious.
up.
sounds
So
like that turkey
delicious
wore
that
you
it
out.
made you dance.
They
Ooh,
said,
ooh,
what make you
ooh.
dance?
So
It
delicious
made her
it made
gag.
you dance. Like this
Oh, it
turkey
made
is
you
the
dance.
bomb.
Oh, I thought it made you gag. I'm like, God damn. Woo! You're gagging on the turkey.
That's not
Woo!
that little stuff floating in that coconut water.
Ugh.
Right, right.
Mm,
Oh, so sorry. Here we go.
mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh goodness.
The
I
turkey was
didn't
the bomb.
indulge yesterday, so I can't really speak to it being yesterday, but normally a favorite thing is macaroni and cheese.
Ah,
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah. And I remember growing up, my mom would always have to make two pans, one pan for just my brother and I to consume, and then the rest
Mm.
of the pan was for the guests. So
Hmm.
kind of got shaped and molded into being the favorite dish.
Okay.
So now what's the relationship between food and sex? How do they relate?
How are they related?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they are related.
They're
Like they're
very much
cousins?
so
Just
related.
cousins?
Say that again.
How are they related?
Well, one thing they cause the same sparks in the brain.
Mhm.
Kinda. They do. I mean, it's really good. You can definitely release dopamine.
Yes,
It can be released,
exactly.
Right.
Yes.
but I'm not gonna say the same because they ain't making me explode.
But you always go to the explosion. The explosion happens in different ways.
I'm just saying it's
Oh,
different.
what are we gonna
It's
do
different.
with
You
him?
know what? It doesn't even
I
make me
know him and his
explode on the
butternut
inside.
squash.
It does
Right.
not make me explode on the inside either, internally.
That's
But for
cause
some
It
people,
doesn't.
it does.
right.
Right.
And it has a
Let's.
great go ahead, finish your thought because you look
No, I
like
was
you
gonna
got
say.
great
Well, let's talk about this. So some people have that inner explosion, like this macaroni cheese is.
I'm gonna do the dance just like Doc was doing the dance for the turkey. And I could
Very
eat a plate of
interesting.
macaroni and cheese for breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the season if it was
Mm.
Right,
me.
right, right.
Unless somebody make it wrong.
Gotcha.
I had one time somebody put like they didn't want to go with the flow of what cheeses are the important cheeses. And I said, all right, I'm gonna be submissive. I'm gonna, see what works out. It wasn't, it wasn't. So it just like it was just some noodles with cheese in it. It wasn't the macaroni and cheese. So therefore, the satisfaction when the dopamine in my brain, it didn't work. So the pleasure wasn't there.
So, but the thing is, the first time
Uh-oh,
you
he got that.
may have that release, the first time you have that release, but then, every most times after you're chasing that high that you had before, so it's not even the same high. So the macaroni and cheese is cool the first time, but the second time is it's all right. Third time like the macaroni and cheese, like so.
So
When
so
you
are
need
you
something else,
saying that's what happens with orgasms? Like it's
that's what happens with.
never the same again?
It is the same again. It isn't. Let's be honest. That's fine. You with somebody 4 years and you don't like them no more like that because it's not what it was. It's not that great thing anymore.
Well,
Like
maybe this
damn, we done had this
How
those
crackers
long
that
don't
every
matter?
day.
Right, exactly. There's a difference
Well, yeah.
between
Well,
the
if
sex and the orgasm. The sex might not be the same, but if you have an orgasm, it's just as
no,
good.
nope, nope, no. Orgasm is nothing more than a drug. Same type of. It's the same concept with the dopamine being released. Once you're chasing that first one or that real good one, chasing it.
Really?
And this is just fact. I mean, we don't. I mean, that's what it
It's
is.
not
No
true.
different than drugs.
No,
It's
that's
not a
not.
fact.
That's not a fact.
It is a fact. You are
No.
chasing that high at that first time. So you're telling me every time the same. Let
I'm
me
not saying
talk
that
to
you're
me.
not chasing the high, but I am saying that there's going to be
It's
a mutual satisfaction that's going to occur
Here
when
we
you
go. We
get.
didn't say satisfaction. We didn't say satisfaction. We didn't say you being satisfied because I can be satisfied. Oh, that was cool. We're talking about that orgasm you get.
So,
When you that one you get that you curl. That one.
but you
That
can have
one.
those you can have those throughout your life. So it's not like
Yes.
you
No.
have
No.
that first one and it never happens again.
No, it happens again with somebody else in that situation. I ain't say that's what I'm telling you. It can happen again, but it happens again in that new situation.
It
This
can
is
happen
why,
again in the old situation.
yeah, lighten those strike twice in the please. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
It may happen again, but it wasn't what it was that time. Now, what I think can happen, what I think, I was just discussing this today. I mean, you guys go on vacation, and now everything all together made it a great experience.
You make
I
it
missed
sound
that.
like long-term relationships are doomed
Yes.
sexually.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Do you guys look at studies? Most of the time they are. I'm talking about most of the time they are doomed. Like,
But who
I
would
did this a billion
study of
times.
the people that you would be dating?
Huh?
So the 50% of the people that don't get divorced or are in
In
doomed
a sexless
sexual
marriage.
relationships?
Sexless marriage, yes. They're not even
Oh,
doing it anymore.
that's not true.
I'm pretty sure the studies, if the
Since
over
when do you listen
50%.
to the studies being the facts and everything?
I always listen to the studies because I'm the number guy. I need numbers because I need proof. I don't hear anecdotal. I don't hear, well, my friend, they still having good sex. She's lying. And she's having good sex with the pool boy. He's not her husband. So, like, let's talk, like, again, and that's the problem because it becomes, you did everything. Well, you with life and kids, now you're trying to get in where you can, so you can't even expend the time you used to. So it becomes this.
That can make it even more exciting because it's almost like you sneaking.
Right.
So it depends on the person because
like if you
I
go
know
to the
people
2
that.
a.m. kitchen to get those
No,
cookies or something
listen,
like that at night, like there's an adrenaline rush that happens on the fact of
it
getting the
depends.
late night.
What? Watch this show on Netflix. Damn, it's like Sex and Love with Goop or something like that. It's actually a pretty decent show, and they have these couples, and they put them like these different sex experts to help them bring out things that they didn't know. And there was a married couple on there who I think they were married 6 years, and she was like, I came twice in my life, and I don't think it was him in the 6 years. But in his defense, he was like, seeing her, I get excited. I don't need to do anything else. And she's like, I wash dishes, and now you want to put it in me, and that's not really so exciting to me because you ain't warming the car up. But he's like, I'm good. You should be good. But they taught them how to connect. And it was very interesting because they connected without penetration.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, yo, no penetration. It's going to be touch. And they found out what kind of, I can't remember what the type of, something to show what type of sexual characteristics you could fall in. And they put them together. Anyway, it was great because the guy, he was like crying. It was so intense. No penetration, just how he was touched. He was crying. Black guy. I can't explain this. I want it. Whatever he had, I want. Okay, I want it. I need it. Because he was absolutely still shaking like, I can't. I know I look soft. Tears of happiness.
Oh, wow. What's it called again? What's the show called?
It's like Sex, Love with Goop or something like that. With Gwyneth Paltrow. It's on Netflix. I think it's a great watch.
Sex, Love, and Goop?
Yeah, I don't know what it stands for. I don't know anything about it, but I watched it all in one night.
Dang.
It was amazing. Yes, it was
So that
amazing.
wasn't pleasure?
I can't turn it off.
Watching it all in one night, that wasn't all in pleasure?
It wasn't pleasure, it was informative. It was education. I was in class. I was studying, taking notes. Okay. It's like, oh, okay. Ain't nobody put dick in nobody. This is what Mary and Doc be talking about all the time. Ain't no dick came out. This is amazing. All this for no dick. Woo, who knew? It definitely was very. I think it's.
I'm so glad you thought about it.
I did because I wanted to call you but it was late. Like y'all should watch this. But it was very interesting because the guy had a lot of the things that guy said. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was like, I'm good. I know what it is. I know what to do. I know what to touch. And she was like, no, you don't. You don't. You don't.
Which is often the case.
Right. He was like, and he even said in the beginning, he's like, she was the prude. She's not into it. And when they did the test, she had school high and like kinky. He's like, she kinky? No, she don't do nothing. But you ain't bringing it out of her. You're not allowing her to even get in that space because you're not warming her up. You're just not. And after that, it's good. It's very informative. And I'm trying to program like that. Okay, I just want to learn.
So I'm just saying, like that would be the same as if the butternut squash you enjoyed yesterday wasn't seasoned the right way, then it wouldn't have given you that same level of excitement. Because if you do it with the wrong seasonings, then the wrong seasonings is going to yield a different result.
You know what? It gave me more excitement after I found out it wasn't yams. I was like, oh, God, that wasn't yams? It was butternut. What is that? Oh, I don't know what that is. I know nut. I can nut, but I don't know about butternut. So that was like, I feel it. It was almost inner. It almost got me there internally. I almost lost it, but I didn't.
Wow.
I can't. I don't even know what to come back for that because that, yeah. We got BPG. Oh, look at the little girl with her princess hair.
Oh.
So, like when you think about, like, I hope people didn't think that we were saying food being injected or anything like that when we were talking about like the relationship between the two of them. But it really is a sensory thing on the taste buds and how it is that you get excited. You know, like Doc said, she dancing for that turkey. That means that it had the right seasonings, it had all of the great, things. People, have the negative things talking about turkey, but for you, it was great. It was great. And I know that takes a skilled cook to make that happen like that.
Yes. I put my foot in that too.
I know that's right. I know. I didn't know who the cook was. So I was like, I just take a skilled cook to massage it and be that's a lot of hair going on.
Yes.
How about the people who I remember as a kid with this girl who actually was she did like internet joint.
Okay, so something happened with your sound.
They watched her play her food.
Yes.
It blacked out for a minute. I don't know, but she playing food. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No. Yes.
Yes. We
no.
can hear you.
Okay. Well, keep trying.
Okay. Can you hear me, Mary? Yes. No. No. Yes. No.
When you're saying yes and no, we can hear you. But when you do a whole sentence, you kind of go in and out.
How about now? In and out? Because I'm about to go out and come back in.
No, that was good, actually.
Okay, so I knew a girl who played in food on like a video camera people. Would that?
Oh, wow.
Would that be something like she was like? And I remember, I just remember her saying she liked when they ordered mashed potatoes playing because it was warm. Like she didn't like ice cream and stuff like that. She's like, I love when they order mashed potatoes because it was warm. But I mean, I guess that's food and sex. They want her to play in it. I was like, what did you do? So I rolled around and put on my body. And she was in a bathing suit. She wasn't naked. That's what she said. But, they would call, however they signed in and they would say what they wanted. Like ice cream sundae with a banana. And then she would just go bananas.
Interesting.
So that's food and sex, right? In a different way, I guess the visual stimulation of her playing with food would obviously do something to them. internally and externally.
Yeah, I want. Oh, that's interesting.
Anybody ever asked y'all to plan food? Not y'all, not
No.
y'all. If you know anybody asked anybody to play, not you guys ever heard about anybody playing their food. Not y'all. Not have you ever heard about
Yes, I've
anybody?
heard about that.
I've heard
Okay.
about people playing in the food. I've heard people use mashed potatoes and making their contraption for playing
Huh?
with themselves because it's warm,
Mashed
as you
potatoes?
said. It's
I
warm.
mean, I could see a cantaloupe or
And,
something,
and,
but mashed
and, and
potatoes?
they could put it inside of something to make sure it's warm. You're entering into something warm.
Wait, what am I missing here?
What happened?
Somebody made mashed potatoes, and it was mashed potatoes.
Say that again with the mashed potatoes.
It was mashed potatoes they used.
It was. It was.
And how did they?
In
What
a
did they do? It
glove.
mashed potatoes are kind of like in a glove.
In a glove to make themselves a
Got
sleeve.
you. Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Very creative.
Very.
Whoa.
Very. I was trying to
Whoa.
share
I'm
this
gonna get.
actually, not the mashed potato part, but I was trying to share the sleeve part last week, but my whole connection thing was special.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at mashed potatoes differently from this point on.
But you have to think about people look for recreating how they envision, how they,
What it feels like to
what it
them.
feels like to them. And so if
Mhm.
it
Right.
feels
Right.
like
Right.
playing like on the table, well, it might as well feel well in other circumstances as well. It's not to say that it's the right
I,
thing or the
like people
wrong
stalking
thing.
food at Thanksgiving now. That's what you saying? People stalking food. Oh, look at that mashed potatoes. Ooh, that turkey right there, that turkey wing. I'll do to you. That's weird. Now I gotta watch potato. Like, what you doing, man? What you doing? Why are you licking your lips like that?
It could be, and it might not even be that they would take it to that extreme that we just described, but it could be a sense of foreplay.
Ooh, girl, yeah. When I'm being them candy yams, then I'm being that, and then I'm gonna be in the yams. Ooh, the cranberry sauce got me right. I'm ready. That's what we're doing.
Mhm.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. Stir that corn again. Stir that.
Funny.
Ooh.
It reminds me of an episode of a particular TV show where the one of the characters, George,
Mm.
started
Hi, Joe.
interjecting food
Hi,
into his
George.
sexual activities. He got so that when he would sit down and eat certain things, he start to get flushed and flustered because it would start making him hot.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right. So, I mean, if you're using whipped cream or chocolate or stuff like that, which is what we would kind of think about when we think about using anything, or a donut. A donut, everybody used a donut before, right? Put it around there and let them eat it off. Yeah, just put it around. No, you didn't? Okay, well, I mean, listen, I'm going to hold this donut for your hands. Here you go. Have at it. It's definitely cream in the middle of this donut. I'm let
I'm assuming some people wouldn't want to do that because the donut would look so big.
Right.
The donut would look what? I'm sorry, my phone cut out.
So
What?
big.
B-I-G.
B-I-G.
Woo, jeez. I don't know about that. I don't have that problem. More people have that problem. Look at that little donut.
Where'd you get that donut from?
The only thing that I can say I've experienced somebody wanting to place on top of a penis is a pineapple.
Whoa.
That they would probably cut the inner part of the circle out so more space, and then
yeah, but I mean, you gotta cut that. You gotta really cut that pineapple so high. It's not even no pineapple. It's like a ring of pineapple left after you cut it to get it on me. Oh no, we ain't talking about that.
we didn't really need to know all of that.
We got to separate and put it together to make it work.
Yes, it could also be on nipples as well, but yes. Daryl and his TMI.
Pineapple. Interesting.
Pineapples.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, with pineapple, we gotta watch because that's a citrus fruit,
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
It is, but the goal is that you would, place it down, so therefore you're not,
It ain't gonna work.
messing with the.
It's gonna work here. Need something bigger.
Hmm.
That's why I said you gotta cut the inside out.
Got a lot of cutting to do.
Girl, your penis is not the only penis in the world.
I know.
And
That's why I said
it doesn't give the size of everybody who walks around the world with one.
Gotcha. Hey, so if you can use the pineapple,
So
hey, good luck.
it's a one size. You can make it fit how you need to make it fit.
Right.
Basically, you was imagining in your mind, like, oh, okay, that pineapple, what could that be like?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I never thought about pineapple. I'm gonna have a fruit salad tonight.
So I know one of the questions that's often asked is like, what kinds of foods make sex better, or make you more able to do it, or make you more reactive?
Mm-hmm.
People always ask those kinds of questions.
So like an aphrodisiac?
Aphrodisiac, or foods to make women get more excited, or food to help men keep their firmness,
or make it taste better. What you eat to make it taste better.
Think about that.
Pineapple
juice. Yeah. What I need to don't eat that again. That makes it taste disgusting. Eat it, taste better. Okay, whatever you want. I don't care. I got it.
No gaseous foods. Definitely no gassy foods.
Right. Because it could be an accident. Sorry, it slipped out. I apologize. I said I'm sorry.
That's why it takes a beautiful combination of personalities for conversations like this.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I can apologize. I made those means.
Yeah, no, that's more than an apology because we about to fight.
Really? No.
It's no longer sensually gratifying if you. Let's go back to Doc's question.
You didn't really like me if that little gas made you stop.
No, it's not the gas that will make me stop. It's the description of how you said the gas will have an unexpected drop.
First of all, if that happened, we all stopped. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
That's where my thing was like, okay, yeah, we got to go.
Oh,
the question,
you're right.
though, that before we went on this, however we got here, is the foods that enhance a sexual encounter.
So I googled sex and food, right? And this thing came up that said, what foods make a woman wet? So that must mean that a lot of people have asked this question.
He said penis. It's not a food.
You can definitely eat it. Well, suck on it. Like a lollipop. Is a lollipop food?
No.
So
the list is on here: cranberries, sweet potatoes.
There go those sweet potatoes again.
Apples,
soy,
so
yams
avocados.
Make the yams wet. Who knew?
That's a good one.
I'm about to stock up on yams. Hey girl, I bought you some.
Why you keep buying me yams? What is up with
Right.
you and yams?
Right. He gonna put it into his fitness conversation and be like, it's for fitness, it's healthy.
Let me text all my people. Say, hey, go get some yams with yams, my man.
So apples, soy, avocados, dark leafy greens, probiotic rich foods, and omega-3 fatty acids are what's on the
Okay.
list.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to say about he got to leave.
Who?
I was about to ask him about the probiotic stuff because that goes into his whole lifestyle of working out
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
with the probiotic food.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the next thing down is what foods help you get hard.
Oh, imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And here are some foods that help you stay erect and support a medically sound erectile dysfunction treatment. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
Watermelon,
Wow.
which contains citrulline, another precursor to nitric acid. Spinach and other leafy greens, coffee, dark chocolate, salmon, pistachios,
Okay.
almonds, walnuts, and other nuts, oranges, and blueberries.
I'm sure
So nuts for my nuts. Really, that's what they saying. That's what they're saying. This is some bogus. It's a bogus list.
Did you hear the other
I ate
things
almonds
on
all
the
this.
list?
No, I didn't hear anything. I just got back, but I heard
He
nuts for
just
my
heard
nuts,
the
and I'm
nuts.
like,
You heard
boo.
nuts. You came right in on nuts.
So nuts do what? They help me stay. They get me right. That's what they trying to say.
Yes, that's what they're trying to say. Watermelon, spinach, and other leafy greens, coffee, dark chocolate, salmon, and then that list of nuts, including pistachios, and oranges and blueberries.
Okay.
You don't agree?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
So I was asking you before you dodged out about the probiotic foods in the previous list.
Like what
Like
probiotics do what?
like it what was the list before Doc?
The list for women
Oh, the
to
list for
get
women
women,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
to
to
keep
keep
them
women
moist.
Okay.
lubricated.
Yes. They needed probiotic diet.
I mean, probiotics is good for your bacteria, right?
Mm.
But I would think water would be on there. I mean, that's not on there. We talked about that. That's really,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah, water is not on either list.
Right.
yeah. So I don't necessarily agree with the list. And I mean, I eat a lot of foods, and I don't think they make anything or worse that I can think of for me necessarily.
Okay.
Um, and I can't remember the names of the things that they say help, but it was like guanamine or something like that helps. Sea moss that we get that type of stuff is not on there. So I don't know about foods per se. I mean,
Well, I guess they're talking about foods because foods they
Would
might
have those
have some
things
of
in it.
those things in them
Mhm.
naturally.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I would have to see.
Mm.
But I
That's
think it's more so it's really more using the muscle
Mm.
for men. I don't know if we don't get wet, so I don't know what that is like. But for us, it's more using the muscle, not over exercising. Over exercising could be a problem, especially as you get older. That could take away from it. Uh, but I've never heard anything about foods, those specific foods that could help you get right.
All
Sorry.
right. What's the next list, Doc?
Okay. Let's see what else came up. Hmm. So there's a study. There's a question: is food better before or after sex, and there was a study that shows, and again, we don't know how many people were studied, and how many people were in the study
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but it
Mm-hmm.
says that it shows that women typically enjoy sex more before a meal or
I
when
mean,
they
is
are
that
not
common sense?
completely full, and that
Hello,
makes sense, right?
that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to be busting
But
all you all
no, but
crazy.
not
My
for the
stomach
reasons
full.
that it's. But it makes sense, but not for the reason I'm thinking. I'm thinking that she'd be uncomfortable because your stomach all full, you'd be uncomfortable. But that's not the reason they give. They say that
Mm.
when they have sex after a heavy meal, they already feel satisfied and don't need any more indulgence. So
Okay, so wait, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna take you out to eat. I'm gonna take you out to eat, and then you're like, you know what? No, no penis for me. I'm good. That happened. Never happened. So
That
I can
sounds like
dispel
a
that
good
list.
plan.
I can
it's
dispel
funny
that
because
list.
if men knew that or thought that you can see them smacking the food out your mouth right
Right, right,
halfway
right.
between the
Hey,
meal,
hey,
don't eat that.
we've been doing this wrong all our lives. We take them out to eat and then try to take them home. Hey, we should take you to the house first. You're hungry. You're being insatiable. And you want to take this penis because you're hungry. Now we
Well, then you
understand the
might be
cure
too
from
tired to
hunger.
go eat.
Well, after I get it, you're right. We're done. Hey, whatever. Hey, we'll eat
Right, the
next
man
time.
is going to be too tired to eat.
Right.
No, well, not really. I gotta go home away from my girlfriend, so I ain't gonna be too tired. I gotta leave. Um, so we found out the cure for hunger is penis. We just solved hunger tonight, y'all. We just solved hunger.
Oh my god. Oh
Oh,
man.
holy Daryl.
Only Daryl.
Got it.
You texting them that right now? You like the only solve to hunger is penis.
We got it. Hey, you hungry? Hey, come on over. We ain't gotta go nowhere. I got what you need. I seen the study. Now, just send me that study so I can cite the study. Look, I'm telling you here what it says.
It don't have
Here
no
what it says.
probiotic in it.
Oh, hey, though, again, I'm gonna fill your stomach. You good? And it saves us some money. Like, we're winning. But
Us
yeah,
some
that
money.
just kind of seems kind of like common sense. Like after you eat, if she's full, she don't want you on her stomach.
That's
I
the
wouldn't be
reason
on
I
my
was
stomach.
thinking.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very interesting study.
Mm,
Very interesting.
hmm.
Hmm.
Very much
So she's
so.
full. She don't
So
want the penis.
So she's
I'm gonna say a
already
lot of girls.
satisfied.
already
I got.
satisfied. Here we go with that word
I must.
again.
I know. Yeah, I know a lot of girls who must eat a lot then because they during dessert still wanted the penis. So I don't know.
Maybe the meal wasn't that satisfying.
Maybe it
Oh,
wasn't.
it was never that satisfying from my know. Every time, every meal was terrible. These restaurants lie with their ratings. This 5-star restaurant really was a 5-star. She's an animal afterwards.
You know what? You can have a good meal and not be satisfied, especially if
I
it's not
know.
what you wanted, not what you had a taste for. It could be the food
Yep.
could still be good, but you not satisfied.
We had to taste penis. I understand. I get no sense for it. I got it.
Yeah, you could still want something else afterwards, you know? Like you just ate, and might be full, but still want something else because it just wasn't what you wanted.
Yeah, it's almost like when you've eaten something and they say, do you want coffee or you want dessert? And you're like, okay, do I really want dessert? And sometimes you say yes, and sometimes you could pass on the dessert. So it's like,
Either way, get dessert. I'm letting you know. Dessert's coming. Dessert with the meal. Dessert is coming.
all right, that's all I got.
Do you want do you want two desserts or one? That's really the question.
Do you want to?
Hey, you gonna eat here too? You gonna eat dessert here? Hell.
What if that's the only dessert I want, Daryl?
Huh?
Oh, what if the dessert here is the only one I want?
What you come out for?
For your
Hey,
company and conversation.
that's cool. And your half of the meal is 15, 20, you know.
That's terrible. So you got to pay for your meal if you don't want dessert back at the house.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Think I'm just giving out free meals? This meal came at price.
Man.
Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free.
So
Why do you
ladies,
think?
you know what the deal is if Daryl asks you out to dinner.
Good. We're grown at this point. I'm just doing this as a courtesy.
Oh my goodness.
Dinner is really for you, not me. I want the dessert.
So that means you could go without your butternut squash just so you could get the yams, the real yams.
Absolutely. Listen, what do you think we're taking you out for? I don't know. Why are women using those things? You're not special. Okay? You're not that special. I'm just out here just throwing money away. I'm taking you out because I want the yams.
Not to get to know me and have conversation or anything like that.
What do you say?
Not to get to know me or have great conversation or anything like that.
What?
And share a meal.
And share a meal with somebody, like companionship.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Not with that
conversation. We could have talked on it. We could have talked on. We both at this dinner for the same reason.
You just made it all unattractive. Like, I don't want no meal with you. I don't want to talk to you, and like everything canceled.
It's fine. Somebody else does. Hey, have a good night. What was I gonna cry of spilt milk? Sorry, no, please, thank you. I'm good. Good. Hey, have a good one. Hey, your Uber's on the way. Have a good night.
My car is outside. I'm good. I don't need no Uber.
Okay, hey, how we get home? Good luck. Good luck.
Interesting.
Yeah, you free? I'm coming through. What are we doing here?
That means there's no faithfulness whatsoever.
No, I don't understand. It's like, is there expectations? Like, do I have to pay for dinner? Do I have to pay for the meal? Why? Why do you expect this meal to pay for it? I'm confused. I mean, because it seems like people want a traditional man in some aspects, but then not all. So I got to pay for dinner and I got to do this. But what are you doing? I'm buying your time. What's going on here? What is going on here?
It seems like the other previous conversations that we've had, reshaping the narrative around what dating looks like and what should be expected on a outing, didn't transfer into your life in any particular way. It's like,
I just see a lot of people with a lot of expectations. It's very one-sided.
So, well, let's talk about how sex and eating are kind of similar in the way we use our senses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we use all of our senses: smell, taste, touch.
We don't want nothing floating around.
Well, no, I don't know. See, I think sex might be different because if you smell something bad, you might not eat it. But if you smell something bad in another place, you still put the penis in it, maybe.
No,
that
you
might
need a
not.
shower.
That might not stop you. Like, ooh, this is bad, but I'm going to finish.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's very different.
That's a good point.
I think it goes on the preference of the person.
I'm saying it does, but I can. Well, even vice versa, because I know we talked about this before, and everybody act like it doesn't happen. But I may have played basketball. I come home and I got spicy for you, and you have the spicy spice.
You talking about the sweaty balls?
Yeah,
the sweaty balls, and I don't see people saying no. So if your food is too salty, you send it back. The ball is too salty, you're gonna take it. So it's still very different in approach to one than the other.
I mean, you use all the same systems, but you're right. You might not be as discriminating.
Absolutely right.
Especially once you're already
In the mix.
in the mix.
Yes.
You might say,
Yes.
I smell something, but keep on going.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I say if you're really hungry, I think you don't taste for like the first like 4 minutes. So sometimes you can eat something, eat it, and then once you ever ate something and ate a lot, then I don't like this.
It tastes funny.
It tastes funny, but they ate half of it at this point. You know, they said sometimes you're hungry, you actually don't really taste until a certain point. So you become conscious, like I don't even like this, but you ate half of it. It's weird. So I guess I don't know. This you can turn off something.
Well, I can't see the same thing happening with the sexual encounter. You halfway through and you be like, I don't.
No, that's not
like
true
this.
because it sometimes you do it from the beginning. You don't want to do it, and you're like, here, hey man, hurry up, you're finished. So it happens the same way. You turn yourself off. You're not present for that at all. You're just like, well, please finish. You know, he think he's doing something. And you're like,
Get off me.
Please. Well, but sometimes women are so nice that they don't say that. Sometimes they just lay there and go to their happy place, and he finishes. I mean, it happens. So I think this thing where you'll, let something happen, just because or whatever the case may be, turn off to get through it. I mean, not you guys, probably. You guys, I mean, people that it happened to.
I like when you say that. That statement right there runs through my mind all week long. Not all guys, but people that I'm gonna be happy. I'm like, this is the thing that Daryl would say. Not y'all, but people.
Yeah, not you guys. So I don't know. I'm saying. So I just think that it can be the same. We do. So I see some of the similarities now. Kind of see some of the similarities through food and sex. Look at that. Look at that. You guys swayed me. You guys are good.
Yeah, since you be up looking at some Netflix in the middle of the night talking about, I need to text them to go watch this show.
It was interesting. I'm like, this is a good show, and especially Mary, I definitely wonder if you would, because I think 4 different type of, I don't know what they call them, sex doctors. I don't know what they called. But then they had, I guess they taught different things in different ways. I would wonder what you would think about it. How. Oh, well, the one thing I did have that kind of weird to me, and it's only done in 2 states. The one practitioner was actually showing people how to pleasure the other person or accept pleasure, but she was actually doing it to them, which was weird. Like, you're really doing this. She was really in. She put a glove on and was like, "Do you like that? Do you like that? Whatever it is." And the girl, it would take them there. But it was like, that was weird because their partner was in the room. So why wouldn't you just show the partner how to do it? So I thought that was kind of. But she said only 2 states that allow a doctor to perform the sex act. And I would think that had to be crossing the line to me, I would think.
Wow.
What do you think, Mary?
I'm distracted by us being spammed on YouTube. So I didn't even hear what you said because I can't block that. I'm trying to block that.
So the one doctor, the one practitioner would actually would show them how, like the one girl didn't know how to receive penetration. So it was another woman, and she was like, well, I'm going to show you how to do it. She put a glove on, and she was, physically manipulating her and, getting her there. and her partner was in the room while it happened. And I'm thinking, the doctor, why is the doctor doing this to her? Show her how to do that. Now, she did state there's only 2 states that allow a practitioner to actually do this, because you shouldn't be having sex. You shouldn't be having sex with clients, really. That's what just happened. You just had sex with your client.
Right.
I thought that was weird that, she would do it. And like, you could have showed the partner who's in the room while you're doing this. And she did the partner. She did them both. She knocked them both off.
So, no, the practitioner is not supposed to. Well, again, some states you could do it, some states you cannot. But it should be a walking through to guide each partner doing each part, not a practitioner doing it like they're doing something.
Right. Check it out, because she actually does it. She's like, yeah, that is. We don't like that one. We'll do that. Oh, you like this? Oh, go. Okay, girl. I'm like, whoa, she just had sex with her.
Basically.
It was very interesting. But like I said, good show. Definitely should watch it.
You gotta find out the real name of how you spell that last
I
word.
will.
Yeah.
I will.
Wow.
You saying wow to
Right,
thing? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, it was. I'm thinking, and then I'm like, if that was a man doctor and he actually got on top of her and inserted himself in there to show her what it felt like, would that be okay? Well, we'd be like,
I don't care what the state allows.
Exactly.
I don't care what the state allows. I don't know why a doctor would want to do that. I don't care what the state says.
Right.
I don't know why you would want to do that.
Right. Exactly.
Right. I felt it made me uncomfortable just watching it.
Yeah.
And all the doctors.
Unless that's something that you are into, but that's not what you're describing.
Well, I think she was into it, but all the doctors actually kind of joined in. But it's almost like, oh, look, you tell them like this.
What?
All the doctors did some type of touching, like where the one was just doing the touch and she was rubbing on his body. It's like, yeah, rubbing like this, and I'm like, ooh, it's a threesome. This is interesting. That's how it felt. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's very interesting.
Wow.
So it's definitely something to check out. It's called Sex, Love, and Goop. GOOP.
The Goop must
are these
gloves on and work it out.
Right. Is this what kind of show is it? Like a reality show or?
Yes, we'll say like a reality show. So basically, it's Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's kind of the biggest star, and then they have another doctor, and they bring in, I think it's about.
Are they real doctors? Couples. Or is this like a show?
The doctors are. They say they're real doctors, and the couples are saying, "Look, right. That's what I said. They're doctors, and they said this is what we're doing. This is what we practice. The one was practice energy, and she brought her partner in.
Okay,
and she was on the table, and she was like, okay. And he wasn't touching her, but she was like, okay. But it was weird because like where his hands were, she definitely was moving. She was blindfolded. So what you're saying, the energy don't work. I don't believe it worked, but I'm saying energy. She just used energy in his fingers. He just wasn't touching. He was like, it was crazy. It was amazing. I want to cry. I do.
I'm not commenting on that.
Me either. No more.
I do. You always talk about being vulnerable. I want to be so vulnerable that I cry.
No, you don't. Because then you're going to stalk that person.
Right?
You stalk another person. And then you're like,
two buses and a subway and a plane ride.
You always got to stalk one. You know, it's okay to stalk one. She earned that. She earned that stalking. Stalker vibes. She earned that. I want to cry again.
Now we want to be praying over the sensory of energy Is
I
that
need that in my
what
life.
we're saying here?
I need all of it. I need the energy. I need everything they had. I need to get that level. It was, and like I said, because it was no penetration. It was amazing that they had zero penetration and still fun. It was out of fun,
You
no
can do
penetration.
that. You can do
I
that,
didn't know
Daryl.
that.
Yes,
I
you
did.
can
I
do
can.
that.
Yes, I can. I can
You
do it.
can.
I
Yes,
can.
yes,
I can. I have goals now. Okay,
yes,
The
goals.
revelations are
No
clear.
penetration.
yes. You can
No
do
penetration. No penetration. That means when
Yes.
penetration is even better. Listen, you understand? You
Yes, you can
understand
do
me?
it.
I can do it. That goal. I'm learning.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Woo!
You know,
Life is different.
sometimes you when you're working with couples, you do teach them how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
How
So
to
you lay
have
them down, get them naked.
how to have. I mean, you don't touch them. I mean, you talk them through. You don't touch
Right.
Right.
them,
Nobody touching nobody.
and sometimes you have them go back to the basics before penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it seemed like a sense because he was crying, and I can't get over he was
Mhm.
crying. Grown man,
Mhm.
and then it looked like he was, and then like he was soft, like was like, oh, he's soft, like a dude, and he was like, yo, I
Mhm.
can't believe I'm still. He was doing all that.
Mhm.
Yes, there you go. That's
Yes.
it. Tantric sex is great.
Mhm. Yeah.
Great.
If
It is.
yeah.
It
Yes.
seemed that he cried. I can't get over he
But
cried.
it seems like once penetration is had, it's hard to go back.
Oh yeah, definitely go back. It's like I had crack, and you want me to take aspirin? I had
Right.
crack. I said, this is crack we're talking about.
Right.
Aspirin ain't gonna do it. But again, I need to retrain your brain. I seen another guy say, you need 21 days to kind of reset everything. Take 21 days, don't do nothing. Like put your beat down, stop playing the guitar. Take 21 days, reset that thing, reset your way of thinking. And then get back to that tantric type sex where you're just talking to each other, touching each other, and stopping it there, controlling yourself. Let that build up happen. So when you explode,
Yes.
maybe get closer to that explosion that was that original where it's like, oh my God, like you're getting closer to that. So I'm there. Anybody
Okay.
want to practice? Yeah, want to practice? Inbox me. I'm here for you. We can learn. We can learn together. I think New Jersey's a state that we can learn together. I got to check.
You think you're gonna make it the state? You're gonna make it legal there so it can work?
I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we're not breaking any laws, but yeah, we're gonna work on this
I can
together.
see you justifying that the law is in your house, so they can't. It's gonna be
Right.
your jurisdiction.
Right.
I mean, I'm the king of this castle, so I say it's okay. In its four walls, we can drop your drawers and I touch. It's okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, goodness. I'll tell you. Wow.
But yeah, it's very interesting. So that's
No, go ahead, Daryl.
no, that's very interesting. I don't care about food. I'm in the tantric now. That's why tantric sex is where it is.
Okay.
Touching.
So you gonna be vulnerable for that?
I'm trying to be. I want to cry, and when I cry, I'm gonna tell you. I think I cried last night. It was amazing. I can't believe. I did look at I'm tearing up. So
you never had a good cry after or during?
Absolutely not.
He's so matter of fact with that.
Right.
Like, what am I crying for? What I'm crying for? I did this
So why
before.
why do you want to cry?
Because it's emotional and that person.
Right. So I think that first of all, that I don't know if I experienced that inner. You know what I mean? The inner one just comes in inner and you don't do it. It's just seeing cried. I don't know what that's about, but whatever that is, that's like the new drug on the street. Like, damn, crackheads dying from it. I want that crack. They dying from it. Like, that must be good crack. He cried. It's something. He didn't penetrate nothing. He just laid there and she was rubbing on it. I was like, oh, look at that chair. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was with him. I need that in life.
Okay. Again, like Mary said, though, you talking about being open to vulnerability and showing
Right.
that in front of someone else.
Right.
And being
And that's
okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's the next level. You know what I mean? It's the next level to be like, that's the master level. To be able to be open and that comfortable with someone to let yourself go like that. I mean, how many times you knew somebody cried? Not you guys, but I mean, how many times somebody brought people to tears, brought joy to tears? Has anybody shed a tear?
I've heard about people crying.
Okay.
About it too. I've heard about that.
Right. See,
Research and development. Yeah, I've heard some things. Yeah.
Right. And so does that mean that connection to that person is also, that person, you have to feel real comfortable with that person as well to get to that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I want that. I want that.
You want
I want
that?
to get that close. I want to get that close to somebody.
You gotta trust somebody to even like them that much first.
I know.
So you got some work to do, Daryl.
I can trust. I can trust. I'm working on trust right now. Right this, I'm looking in the camera. Right now, I am working on trust. See, I'm looking right in the camera. Right now.
Now, let me help you out. You gotta do it one more. Wait a minute. All right, do it again.
Yeah, make it big. I'm working on trust right now. You hear me? We're going to get there. We are going to get there. Okay.
You had your moment. You good.
I did.
So, ladies,
I
y'all
think a lot of times men don't want to be that vulnerable because of what they think the woman will think of them.
Right.
I think you're overthinking it. I think that we don't know that exists. Vulnerable like that. Who told you?
Say that again.
Where did you see it at? Who told you? Who told you? I don't think men know, right? Who told you about being vulnerable? Okay. Where did it exist at? You don't know something. You don't know. We're really taught to come, or maybe to try to please her. You know what I mean? And we get caught up in coming, thinking that that's orgasm too. Like we have.
But if you have an experience and you're feeling like crying, but you hold it back, what is that?
But I don't think we have an experience like that. Like, what are we like? We're so built to do something a certain way and to look at it a certain way, right? So me seeing this guy cry has really made me wait. That happened, and to see another, and for me to also have to respect him. If he was like a nerdy like looking dude, I'm like, oh, he's soft. You know what I mean? But he wasn't like a nerdy looking guy. He was a regular looking guy. He said things about I'm ready. You should be ready. Like I'm warmed up just looking at you. He had a man mindset. So for him to do that to me, I'm like, whoa, that's different. Seeing that, I never had that conversation with him. We had conversations, but not like that. So, and then I said, and kind of like you said too, like even this thing about being vulnerable, you don't want somebody to laugh at you. Women don't want to. As soon as you talk, as women say, you acting like a bitch right now. You know what I mean? Even if you try to share your feelings sometimes, girl, you girling it. So that alone makes just pushes us out of that trying to. So
if you hear that from your woman, I think you got bigger problems.
Right.
I see now.
That just might not be the woman you need to be vulnerable with.
Exactly.
Not you guys. I'm not talking about you, But if a man's acting soft, you don't look at him as tough. Like I don't
even have that in my vocabulary of a man being soft.
No.
What is that?
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's think about it.
I mean, I've heard other people say that, but in my vocabulary, I don't attract that type of energy towards me. So like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't say you guys. See, now I just said the people you may know. Like if
Here we go with the people we know.
I don't know.
Research and development is sometimes who we know and sometimes who we don't know.
Right. And I'm just trying to think. I know women, if a man is not like, looked at as the protector, or not he can be looked at soft, or if he is a girl, and if he's upset about something, depending on how he's talking about it, and like I can't, why are you crying? Why are you crying about that? Depending on how you respond to it.
Insecurity being projected off as a bully.
That's what I'm sorry.
It's an insecurity being projected as a bully. So that woman who may say those things is also trying to keep up a wall of separation between her and her partner, and something that she thinks or is fearful that's going to show up for her that's not right. So instead of allowing that, I got to down you first. And I got to keep that dance going to have this, I don't want to say toxic, but unhealthy boundary between the two of us, that we're never going to be able to get to the point where we could say, oh my God, I was crying after that moment.
Yeah.
So do you guys know any guys that, not you guys, but maybe somebody like where the guy was crying?
Absolutely.
Wow. People bringing people to tears. That's an advertisement for your ass. I have what they have. See, and that's why you don't talk. So guys who are crying, they can't even tell. It ain't about you. It's about your man. Come get that. He made you what? Oh, I'm coming. I'm gonna do whatever I can to come out. That's why I don't tell.
Raising her hand too. She said, "Yeah."
Wow. See, advertisement. The inbox is gonna be flooded. God dang, we might break. Don't let this get out because it's gonna go viral. They're like, "What? People crying? How'd you do it?" The girls are like, "How you do it?" The guys are like, "How'd you do it?" This is amazing. I want to know how they made them cry. What are they doing?
It can't be anticipatory. It has to be just fully experienced. Like you can't,
right.
You can't walk into it and be like anticipating this is gonna be the night that I cry. No.
Right. I feel all warm and fuzzy inside right now. This is. I feel kind of. This is one. Forget who talking about. This got me on 10. It's like a little tantric right now. Woo.
It's a little tantric. You feel the spidey senses like
I feel the energy. Yo, I feel it now. Y'all don't feel the energy? Like people crying, people boo-hooing. Oh man. Jeez. This is That's amazing.
That's amazing.
So,
it's hot. It's hot in here.
With that little bitty shirt.
I know it's on. It's on fire.
Oh man.
So the last question is: are there foods that you find to be aphrodisiacs? Are they the same ones that seem to be talked about all the time?
Foods that I find to be, I don't really find the food, it's the bill when I pay it, like, because I know I'm gonna get something.
There. So is there a number cut off? Like if it's this much above?
Listen, the more it goes up, the more that's gonna happen.
But you chose the restaurant.
Just know that's fucking on the menu.
Why would you take somebody to a restaurant and then they can only go to one side of the menu?
Listen, we all know how we are, right? So you want to go crazy? We gonna go crazy. Like that's a 3-whole meal right there. Like,
dang. So Daryl got to bring his own menu with what you get for the price.
What you looking at? Let me see. What's that? Yeah,
you said 1 whole, 2 whole, and 3 whole menu?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's 3 whole. That's definitely 3 whole. I mean, hey, get what you want. Just let you know what that is.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just want to play in my mashed potatoes.
Man,
Mm-mm-mm.
oh man.
I'm just saying. We gotta start. We gotta start. We gotta. We gotta start understanding why we're going out. Let's stop playing these games. I'm out here just donating meals for nothing.
So, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Go ahead, Mary. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about there was a time when there was a call made late at night and there was a drive with a whole bunch of tolls made
Mm,
and there was no complaints for that.
that was the
Remember that,
decision
Doc?
that's the decision I made.
Remember that
Yeah.
research and development?
Yes.
Right.
Cause it was just, I don't know.
You, that was an aphrodisiac. You getting in there playing your music on the car, paying tolls.
You know what? That's why I want to do it when I got there. You're right. I was satisfied already. Yo, breakthrough at an hour and 30 minutes. Look at that. Call back, breakthrough. I know what happened. I was good from the ride. The ride, I had already had an inner one on the low. I didn't know I had an inner one. I got there. I was tired. I was tired by the time I got there. I was going to sleep. I was wondering why. I'm like, I'm never this tired.
So it wasn't about respect.
No, it was about I did it already.
Fully
This is
satisfied.
Fully
amazing.
satisfied.
I was good.
It took you a whole year to figure that out.
It took a whole year for you to figure it out. You the doctor, you just told me.
You ain't paid the invoice, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. That's probably what happened because every time I went up there, I was like, I'm good. Every time.
Interesting.
Because to the excitement and anticipation on that hour and something drive, it was training. I'm good. No, wait, stop. Wait, stop. I was there already. Didn't even know. Mm-mm-mm. And if I was more vulnerable, I might have cried right there. I missed an opportunity. I might have shed a tear.
Because you gotta have control.
I was fighting it. You're right. I was fighting it. I was still fighting it. I was in it, but I fought it. Missed my tear. What a missed opportunity.
Yeah, see, now
These
you gotta
sessions are good.
recreate that type of trust and love again.
Right. So I know it's possible. I'm crying. I'm crying.
Okay.
So, Doc, I noticed cinnamon is an aphrodisiac. What other
Wait a minute. How? Like drink? Cause I seen the cinnamon challenge. You put that in my throat dry, they're gonna drown. They're gonna choke to death.
So cinnamon candles burning.
Oh.
Cinnamon seasoning in the food.
Yes, it's supposed to increase your libido.
Yes.
Not
cinnamon and nutmeg. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. But aren't they all like in the same kind of?
Anytime there's nut involved, we know what that is. I put nut out. I put the nutmeg out. You know what that is. You know what's going down. It's about to go down.
Meg, you about to be a nut, Meg.
Yes. How about and they said oyster? Is it oysters? Oysters are supposed to be.
I've heard of that.
Something that gets people there.
I've heard
oysters
of it
as well as what's that other shellfish? Mussels.
Ooh, mussel. Get chocolate. Your muscle ready.
Would you say that?
Chocolate.
Oh,
I said muscles. Get your muscles ready.
You know what?
He said,
and I said chocolate.
Yeah, you said chocolate like Coco-licious.
I'm the chocolate. Now I was about to say, I'm the chocolate. Get you right there. Ooh.
I'm going blank on other ones right now.
Right. Let's get back to this tantric. I mean, this is amazing.
At 9:30, you want to go back to tantrics?
Right.
I mean, we had another breakthrough. This night is amazing. This is like the show is amazing.
The show is
I was
amazing.
there. I was
The
like in the
last show
tantric.
of November, the last show
Right.
of 2021 November.
This
Yeah.
the season ending show is amazing. We have
It's
all
not the
these
season.
twists and
We
turns.
still got two more. We still got two more.
Listen, for November, the November ending show is amazing. There's so many twists and turns. Found out that.
For free. I'm gonna send you an invoice.
Listen, it's okay. It's amazing.
So you want to know the science behind chocolate and some other?
Sure.
All right. So the science is that it releases PEA in the brain.
Okay.
Which is let me see if I can say it right. The full name. Phenylethylamine. I think I said that right. Phenylethylamine, which is like they call it like a natural amphetamine. How about that? So
like
you really kind of get high. The PEA triggers the release of dopamine and norepinephrine.
Okay.
So yeah. So anything that releases lots of PEA, of course, gives you that good
the good adrenaline mix.
Yeah. I couldn't get it out. That good feeling.
Right. You gotta look around before you say something, Daryl.
And some of the other foods that were on that list also increase PEA, like apples, avocados, almonds.
They increase what?
PEA.
What's that?
It's a chemical, brain chemical that helps release norepinephrine and dopamine.
Okay, great. I'm listening. What are those? I might need to write them down. Because next time I go on a date, I'm gonna bring a bushel, a bag of apples instead of flowers.
The PEA is what gives you that feeling of euphoria. It's also released when you have an orgasm. So.
Okay. So what PEA?
Chocolate, apples, avocados, almonds, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese, which is interesting.
Chocolate covered almonds. Chocolate covered almonds.
So you're going to double it up. Chocolate covered almonds.
Double it up. I'm going to get it all the way. Look, hey.
They're going to think that it's a treat. It ain't even a treat for them.
They're going to be ready before you get to the house. You ready before you ready.
Well, and a cheese platter with some cut up tomatoes to dip.
But isn't cheese gassy?
I mean, but it's saying cheddar cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's gonna be other things with that. There's gonna be other things with that night. Oh, is that you? That's what we're saying all night. Did you do that?
Interesting.
Very, very, very.
Okay.
All right. So we've covered aphrodisiacs, the things that help you keep your heart on. Foods that have sensory, tantric, energetic, inside and out.
For your lubrication.
Yes. Daryl done had some breakthroughs, he said, taking notes, sending text messages.
I'm writing it down. This is a great night. I just want to thank everybody.
That after paying your tolls and your drive, you were satisfied.
I was satisfied. Thank everybody. If anybody wants to help out, just inbox me.
Not anybody. And that is not anticipatory, but you have to just be open and vulnerable for it.
Yes.
And just kind of trust in the moment and the experience.
I'm ready to cry. I'm ready to cry. I want to be vulnerable.
Y'all better come with some green tea and some butternut squash, and
Right.
Right.
that's it.
Well, just bring the squash. I'll bring the nut.
You said you was gonna have yams.
Oh, she can bring the yams.
No, you said you was gonna feed her yams.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, yeah. That's right. She needs
Yams
yams.
for the yams.
Yams for the yams.
Mm-mm-mm. And so that I guess that's it. The relationship between the food and the sex, like we've covered
Hmm.
in a lot of different aspects, regarding to
Mhm.
sensory, the taste, how stuff
Mhm.
is seasoned, brings out that satisfaction is the same way how foreplay and all other things happen make your sexual encounters beneficial as well. You posing for them, Daryl? Like what's happening?
Send my energy through the camera so that they can feel it. Just for everybody to feel that energy.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sending it out. Sending it out.
It's the holiday season. You in the space of giving.
It's the season of giving.
Mm.
Oh, and receiving.
What season?
I said
Giving and receiving.
and receiving.
No, I'm just giving. I want to be a giver now. I want to be a giver. I'm just giving.
Okay.
I'm in. I'm in the season for giving. I'm giving everyone an opportunity to get up here. Inbox me.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's been another great week at Sip and Chat.
Yes, it has.
We thank you all for
Yes,
joining
it
us
has.
in this conversation. As always, if you have any topics as we round out our season these next couple weeks, please feel free to drop us a message, however it is that you know us. Um, and we look forward to seeing you next Friday. In the meanwhile, stay safe and stay well.
Good night.
More energy. More energy to everyone. Energy.
Y'all see the look. Y'all see the look. He's sending out the message. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.